Yo, we gotta watch this. Like, honestly, dude. Billy Mitchell, the man himself. I remember watching him earlier. Oh Lord, it's been over a week now. Billy Mitchell lost his case. Oh, how wonder. No wonder. I was so surprised. Oh my God, how could Billy Mitchell even lose that case? My God.
In April of 2018,
this guy comes in and lies to the court, right, straight to their face. They have the document right in front of that. It's insane.
Billy Mitchell.
Who's that? You don't know who Billy Mitchell is? Billy is Bobby before Bobby was a thing. Billy is Billy, man. The world is built around Billy.
Proclaimed video game player of the century, was banned from Twin Galaxies after it was discovered that he had cheated multiple Donkey Kong world records.
Basically, this is a guy that cheated one of the Donkey Kong records, like the original Donkey Kong. He cheated the world record on it, and then he's been fighting the rest of his life saying that he didn't cheat and that his world record is the best world record, even though people have figured out and shown that I cheated many times and shown proof. And he still fights on and says he didn't cheat. But this is his legacy. This Donkey Kong record is his legacy. Billy is a bitch. Billy is Billy, man. Billy. Holy.
Saying that the tapes of Billy's world record show gameplay that could not come from an original unmodified arcade.
You can't keep getting away with it with that hair as well. Look at that. Dude,
was lying about how he achieved his scores. A year later, Billy sued Twin Galaxies for defamation, and for the past 5 years, this insane legal battle over video game high scores has dragged on. Well, on the 11th of January 2024, it all came to an end. Yep, it's over. While everyone on the internet was getting prepared with their popcorn to witness the circus of Billy Mitchell in court, the two parties were doing everything they could to avoid trial. The simple truth is that everyone knew Billy had zero chance of winning. It's a proven fact he cheated, and there are mountains and...
There was no way he would win. This was just funny. There was like 0.0001% chance he would win this. But it didn't stop Billy. It didn't stop Billy at all. He went through. He went through and he wanted that to be his.
Mountains of evidence confirming that.
Billy.
But trial is insanely expensive. And while it would be nice for Billy to be destroyed by a jury, and it'd make for some amazing content, no one involved wanted to go through it. Billy knew he was going to lose. Billy's lawyers knew he was going to lose, and they were desperate to settle and avoid the humiliation of defeat. So they worked out a deal with Twin Galaxies, and the parties settled. Today, we are going to look at what that settlement means, because I'm sure you're all asking, if they settled, does that mean Billy won? Did Twin Galaxies recant their statements? Did they admit they were wrong? Are Billy's scores being reinstated? Is Billy unbanned? Did Billy even really cheat? Yes, you fool. Of course he cheated. But as far as the other questions are concerned, in this video I will break it down. And there is a part of this settlement that is absolutely hilarious, because Billy Mitchell managed to find a university professor willing to put his entire career on the line to defend Billy.
Who is
his
this guy?
Explanation as to why Billy's tapes look the way they do is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in my life. I really hope you enjoy.
Who is this guy?
Guys, a new year is upon us, and that means I'm asking the same question I ask every single year. Is 2024 finally the year that I get a six-pack? And by golly, yes, it is. Mark my words.
Finally.
Karl Jobst will finally achieve his dreams.
What supplements are you taking?
To help me with this is today's video sponsor, Magic Spoon. Magic cereal is high in protein and has zero sugar.
This is a new one. I haven't heard this one before.
Like me, and you want to gain muscle and lose
You know
fat.
that hair pisses off Asmund? 100%.
Amazing.
Billy is an old man and he still has long hair.
4 grams of net carbs and no sugar. And it actually tastes good, which is shocking because most high protein substitutes taste terrible. Personally, my favorite flavors are frosted and fruity, and I eat it just before bed or as a snack between meals. Magic Spoon even offer bars, which I must say are pretty damn good. Definitely give Magic Spoon a try, and they are so confident they offer.
But I don't think I have cereal in maybe like 20 years.
Not happy. There are a ton of flavors to choose from, and you'll need to
like
try
I must
them
have been
all
like
to make sure you find the one
super
you most enjoy.
young kid,
So just
like
click the link in the
young
description
kid,
or scan the QR code on screen and use promo code LEGEND to get $5 off your order today. Billy Mitchell and Twin Galaxies officially settled on the 11th of
Buy
January.
it or you're
but
a
it
broke
wasn't until earlier
boy.
today that Twin Galaxies released an official statement.
Broke
Here is what it said. On April 12, 2018,
Yeah,
Twin Galaxies...
I'm gonna start selling cereal and be like selling $4 cereal pack for $40. If you don't buy it, you're a broke boy.
He's removed all of Mr. Mitchell's scores and banned Mr. Mitchell from competing on Twin Galaxies' competitive leaderboards. This was centered upon a technical basis of what Twin Galaxies believed to be a demonstrated impossibility of original unmodified Donkey Kong hardware to produce images shown in the videotaped recordings of some of the disputed adjudicated performances. The basis for this decision was an independent investigation by Twin Galaxies, supported by a series of detailed submissions, experiments, and analyses by Twin Galaxies and from the Twin Galaxies community, each with varying degrees of technical expertise and access to equipment. Recently, on behalf of Mr. Mitchell, Dr. Michael Zyder, an individual who holds a Bachelor of Arts in Computer and Information Science from the University of California, San Diego, a Master's of Science in Computer and Information Science from the University of Massachusetts, Amherst, and a Doctorate of Science from the University of Washington School of Engineering, and who has been qualified as an expert by California and federal courts, concluded that the gameplay on these subject tapes could in fact depict play on original unmodified Donkey Kong arcade hardware if the hardware involved was malfunctioning, likely due to degradation of components. So basically, Billy paid a so-called expert to say it's possible that Billy's tapes show gameplay that looks like emulation because it's...
You're gonna see like 50 of... If you go to any Trump page or any political page on Twitter, you'll see a couple of these guys. You're gonna find them around.
Hardware malfunctioned. I won't go over his entire statement
I
here,
don't
but I will
support these
do an entire
people.
video on this guy soon because his
I don't
statement
support
is
this
one of
party.
the dumbest things I've ever seen. For a quick recap, we know that
They
Billy's
give anyone a
records were done on
PhD these
emulation
days,
because
yep.
of how the levels load. They look completely different between MAME and arcade. All of Billy's tapes show MAME loading screens for every level. The way the levels draw on each frame is very different, and Billy's tapes match MAME exactly. So we are talking about 9 hours of footage over 3 games, covering a span of 6 years, and they are all identical to MAME. This is just a proven fact.
Isn't this crazy that this record was done like 30 or 40 years ago? And this Billy guy is still fighting about it. He has nothing else. It's insane. Who gives a shit? Like, who cares about a Donkey Kong speedrunning record? Holy!
At this point. And because Billy lied in order to hide the fact these scores were done on MAME, means that he almost certainly used save states and other banned tools in order to cheat. If you want a really good breakdown, I recommend a video by Veritas, who explains all of the technical reasons for the differences. It's easily the best video on Billy Mitchell ever made. It's 4 hours long, and you absolutely should watch it.
I don't
put a
think
link
so.
in the description. But in short, we know that Billy's tapes
I
came
think
from MAME
I think there's
and can prove
I
it.
want to do
According
everything else
Billy's
to listen to
expert,
about
this
Billy for
Michael
4
Zyder,
hours.
Billy's tapes look like MAME because maybe
As
the
American
hardware
flag tie,
malfunctioned.
yeah.
Now, he
Hell
doesn't
yeah,
provide
brother.
any evidence
That's
for this.
right.
He doesn't provide any explanation or mechanism. He just claims a malfunction can do this, and doesn't substantiate it whatsoever. His statement is extremely stupid. For example, he claims that maybe Billy's tapes look like MAME because when you copy a VHS tape, it can cause visual artifacts. Or maybe Billy didn't clean his VCR before he made his copies, so that's why they look like MAME. It's really that dumb. So Billy finds this idiot professor willing to say ridiculous...
That's impressive. They really do give anybody a PhD. Like, it sounds like a incompetent like Reddit comment. Like his reasoning why this is not he's not cheating. Like, what?
Things for money, and Twin Galaxies says, well, we think he cheated, but if you want to put your career on the line and say Billy didn't cheat, you can take all
You know,
of the
the
heat.
worst part about seeing this guy is that Asmon is gonna look like this in like 3 months. My god, no way. Oh, it sucks.
Twin Galaxies continue in their statement. In fair consideration of the expert opinion provided by Dr. Zyder on behalf of Mr. Mitchell, and consistent with Twin Galaxies' dedication to the meticulous documentation and preservation of video game score history, Twin Galaxies shall heretofore reinstate all of Mr. Mitchell's scores as part of the official historical database on Twin Galaxies' website. A lot of people will read that and think that Twin Galaxies are reinstating Billy's scores, but that is not what's happening. What they have done is create an archive of of the version of the Twin Galaxies the new owner Jace Hall bought in 2014, and are adding that onto the website as something you can view for historical purposes. It's basically like the Wayback Machine for Twin Galaxies, and you could literally achieve the same effect by just using the Wayback Machine. It's a snapshot of what the database was like 10 years ago, including all of the known cheated scores and including all of the frauds.
So he's not even the record holder. Even when cheating and faking it for this long, he's still not the record holder. He's not even top 10. What the hell is he fighting for?
Like 10 years ago, including all of the known cheated scores and including all of the fraudsters like Todd Rogers and Billy Mitchell that have been exposed since then. Billy is getting nothing of value here. His scores are not going back onto the official leaderboards and he is still banned. Literally all he has is some professor saying that maybe, just maybe, his arcade machine malfunctioned 3 times over 6 years in a way that perfectly matches MAME. Twin Galaxies hasn't changed their opinion, which is why he is still banned. Twin Galaxies did not say their original statements weren't true, which is why his scores aren't being put back up to the current ranks. Twin Galaxies didn't want to go to trial, and they said, hey, if your expert wants to...
Wait,
Twin Galaxies didn't...
Is this the guy that did the WoW music video about Lich King? Or am I think, does he very much look like him? Do you know what I'm talking about? I remember this music video from 2009 or 2008 about like Lich King or something like that. There was a time when people were making a lot of WoW music videos. Oh my god. I haven't thought about that in a long time.
Want to go to trial.
Good morning, man. How are you doing, buddy?
Hey, if your expert wants to ruin his reputation by saying moronic things, like maybe Billy didn't clean his VCR properly...
It must have been funny to be in the court case dealing with this shit. Like... What a case to deal with for 5 years.
So be it. Twin Galaxies acknowledges Billy's expert, but nowhere in their statement do they endorse or agree with his statements. This could not be the result Billy wanted, and I assume his lawyers basically forced him to settle. There is no way they didn't know Billy was a cheater by this point.
The lawyer is looking at him like, yeah, we're fucked, dude. Yep, there's no way I can fix this. They have the evidence right there. Just look at his face, man. Look at his face. Now the lawyer knew. Oh no, no, no. Hi, Dave. How you doing, buddy?
All of the negative press people like me were giving them. And this is one of the reasons I went so hard on Billy's lawyers. Obviously, Billy is insane, but his lawyers aren't. Putting innocent people through a lawsuit is categorically evil. It makes you a monster. It ruins people's lives. His lawyers were absolutely complicit in this, and that should never be forgotten. Initially, they would have been naive and didn't know the truth, but by the end, it was obvious they knew Billy was a con man. Applying pressure to his lawyers was one way to try and make them want to settle as quickly as possible. There is one thing that Billy wins though, and that's the fact that Twin Galaxies is dropping their countersuit against him for fraud. So he definitely dodges a bullet there. Personally, I'm not sure how successful that would have been, and I feel as though it was just Twin Galaxies trying to throw a wrench into the works and dissuade Billy from continuing his own action. Perhaps this is why Billy accepted such a pathetic settlement, because he was truly afraid of the upcoming trial. You know what's really funny though, and this might give you an indication of how Twin Galaxies really feels. They recently launched a merch store, and when you go there, the first things you see are shirts and mugs showing the difference between arcade and main. These are hilarious. I assure you I am not sponsored by Twin Galaxies, but I really think you should go and show some support by buying a mug or a shirt. Twin Galaxies have been quietly fighting Billy Mitchell for 5 years. They never complained, they never asked anyone for anything, they went through hell standing up to a gigantic piece of shit on behalf of the gaming community, and I think they deserve some love. So please go and have a look at their store, the link will be in the description. Ultimately, I know everyone is going to be disappointed with this because we all really wanted to see Billy get destroyed in court, but it would have cost hundreds of thousands of dollars for Twin Galaxies, money I don't think they even have. And the outcome would have been exactly the same, with Billy remaining banned and his scores not going back up to the ranks.
I mean, honestly, I don't feel like you need to put Billy that far down the dirt. Like, what is he being an asshole about? He's trying to protect a speedrunning score where he cheated in. He didn't like hurt anybody or attack anyone or something like that. Billy just being Billy. I think it's all right that they ended this, like the dispute by the fact that he's just banned and he can't do anything more, and it's over. He can't say anything more regarding about it. Don't want to just steal all of his money. I think that those sort of court cases should go for toward those scammers out there like Logan Paul and shit like that. But yeah, I mean, maybe the fact that he took a lot of time and money from Twin Galaxy, it would maybe be nice that he had to pay them something in return. I assume if they settled, there must have been maybe some form of return as well.
However, Billy is not out of the woods yet, because he still has this little thorn in his side, yours truly. Billy cannot escape his lawsuit against me. And when I say that, I mean he literally cannot escape. If Billy dropped his lawsuit against me, he would immediately lose and would instantly owe me hundreds of thousands of dollars.
God
damn! Our
damn!
lawsuit is going to trial, and hopefully that's going to be relatively soon. So if you are hoping for at least some fireworks, there will definitely be...
This better be the fucking court case, and they gotta stream this. Just put them both in the ring to settle it like men. Yeah.
Some juicy courtroom drama still to come for sure. Let me know what you think of this settlement in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, legends. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.
Let's all get some of Billy's money. I'm gonna sue his ass too. Yeah, let's all work together. Let's all go sue him together, guys. Come on, it's time we get some free money from Billy. Now, Billy case is always funny. I don't know, Billy's such a character. It's always it's always funny to take a look at what the hell he's up to. But yeah, we'll see how the Karl Jacobs lawsuit is gonna go unfold. At least we have more, but it's not the last time we're gonna hear from Billy. Woo, it's not the last time we're gonna hear from Billy. Billy's gonna come back. He's about to return. That's gonna be an interesting scenario. I honestly can't wait.